On the basis of the weight of evidence of our result, aspartame should be considered a multiple-site trans-species carcinogenic agent in rodents. A re-evaluation of the current regulation of aspartame remains, in our opinion, urgent.
You can turn back now or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. In 1965, a chemist for G.D. Searle and Company accidentally discovered an artificial sweetener while working to produce an anti-ulcer drug. Several years later, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved this substance, which is called aspartame. Because aspartame is much sweeter than sugar, it takes less aspartame to produce a sweet taste. Aspartame also doesn't add a significant amount of calories to a product it sweetens. Today, this sweetener can be found in everything from soda to power bars. Yet consumers have complained that it produces a range of side effects, from headaches to cancer or blindness. Following the rise in consumer complaints after aspartame became a sweetener in diet soft drinks in 1984, the FDA asked the Center for Disease Control to evaluate the ingredient's safety. The CDC concluded that the complaints were of a mild nature, and the data of their studies did not provide evidence for the existence of serious, widespread adverse health consequences. The FDA maintains that this ingredient is safe, but some consumers disagree and say more studies must be completed. Conspiracy theorists take it a step further. They think aspartame's harmful effects have been swept under the rug. Here's where it gets crazy. In the decades since its approval, aspartame has been the subject of several conspiracy theories. The primary theory is this: that individuals in the FDA and associated agencies knew of aspartame's harmful effects, but pushed the sweetener through the approval process due to a conflict of interest. Theorists most often cite former Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, who worked for G.D. Searle from 1977 to 1985. Theorists claim Rumsfeld called in his markers or connections in Washington to ensure that aspartame did not lose its initial approval and could have its applications expanded from dry goods to beverages and other products. Rumsfeld was also included in a class action lawsuit filed in 2004, along with more than 40 other defendants. The lawsuit requested more than $300 million in damages. It was later withdrawn by the plaintiffs. But if aspartame does have detrimental effects, then why haven't more studies come forward? According to theorists, these studies are routinely suppressed. But the debate regarding aspartame is not only between conspiracy theorists, government agencies, and businesses. Consumers continue to question this product's safety. Yet skeptics point out that there is no need for a conspiracy theory to explain an individual's food choices. Excessive consumption of almost any substance can be harmful, especially combined with a lack of exercise. While it is true that aspartame breaks down into harmful chemicals such as formaldehyde, government studies have concluded that it does not generate enough of these to do any lasting damage. Currently, aspartame is only considered harmful to people with a genetic condition called phenylketonuria, an inability to ingest an amino acid called phenylalanine. Yet the debate continues. According to the FDA, the CDC, and a host of other organizations, aspartame is fine for public use. But, according to conspiracy theorists, there's something they don't want you to know.
The consumers don't have any information about the data we're talking about now, so we need to think about how we can inform consumers about the ADI and whether it's valid to set at that rate, and we should also inform them that we do have some doubts in the case of pregnant women. I think the least we can do is to inform these people of the doubts that exist.